Hey, what's on, guys? So welcome to my review of Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. This is going to be a spoiler-free review, but I'm going to be also putting up a spoiler-full review later as well after this video is up. So I'm going to be breaking this review down into two parts. The first part's going to be mainly focusing on the Batman v Superman half of the movie, and then the second half's going to be just the Dawn of Justice parts. So first off, I just want to say Ben Affleck's performance as a Batman is absolutely perfect. You know, it's kind of like how Ryan Reynolds changed from Green Lantern to Deadpool, and how he just completely perfected Deadpool's role. That's kind of how Ben Affleck changed from Daredevil into Batman. It's just the transition and just the casting choice and all the hard work they put into it. It's perfect. It's paid off. Ben Affleck's Bruce Wayne is also really enjoyable to watch. You know that he has a sense of humor, and you can tell the character just feels really close to the comics. It's like they just pulled him out from the comics and put him in a live action version. It feels correct. It's just exactly how I pictured Bruce Wayne on the big screen. Also a good balance between Bruce Wayne and Batman. You know, they each get a decent amount of screen time, so it's not just like we get 90% Batman, just like little snippets of Bruce Wayne. We get a bunch of Bruce Wayne, we get a bunch of Batman, so it's all balanced out together. Affleck's costume looks great too, you know, I mean, we've already seen it in the trailers and stuff, but seeing it actually in the theater, like, perfect quality and everything, it just looks great. You know, it's super detailed, super intricate, and I just love the expression on his cowl, like the little angry expression. It just looks really cool. On top of that, the armor he wears when he's fighting Supes just looks amazing. It's like, again, like they just pulled it out of the comics, just recreated it in live action. It just works. It looks so good. The Batmobile looks so badass. You know, in my opinion, I think it looks better than the Tumbler from the Dark Knight series by Nolan. That's just my opinion, but I think, you know, it's like a tank. It's almost invincible. Almost. And just watching Batman just chase after some bad guys in the Batmobile, and they're just like shooting things and just watching stuff blow up from the stuff that he shoots. It's just so much fun to watch. Really, really cool stuff. Batman's fighting techniques are the one thing that just hooked me onto this movie. It's like they took every fighting technique, you know, from the Arkham games and just put it into a live action movie. So they just took it out and put it into a live action movie. It just works. It looks so great. All the different like counters he does, and the way he just like uses his grappling hook to like grab people and then just knock them down. It's like the move from the Arkham games. It just looks so good. His tactics are really brutal. Just kind of like how you'd imagine, you know, like the Dark Knight Returns type of Batman to be. Just super brutal. He's a heavy hitter, and you just when he takes people down, you're just like, damn, that's some hardcore shit right there. That's kind of how you see Batman. The nightmares that he had are a good touch, and I think as of now it creates a lot more questions than answers. But I'm pretty sure like these questions are going to be answered in the future films, so they can just put that in there as a hinting this will play out in the next few films. So, next to Batman is Superman. So Henry Cavill's performance as Superman it's a lot better than Man of Steel in my opinion. You know, he definitely looks like he put his all into it, and you really feel for the character. His costume's improved a lot from the first film as well. It looks a lot better. There's definitely a lot more detail on it. Superman's fight scenes in this movie, in my opinion, were a lot better than Man of Steel's fight scenes. Especially when you just see him and Batman just going at it, just beating the crap out of each other, and it just looks flawless. You know, I'm sure a lot of hardcore fans like myself are going to be really pleased with how that turns out. It's perfect. As for the story, you do find out why Batman and Superman are fighting, and it's a very personal reason for Superman to be fighting Batman. I'm not going to say what it is. I'll keep that for my spoiler-filled review later on. But it's a super personal reason, and you'll see why. So next I want to talk about supporting characters. Jeremy Irons as Alfred is definitely a good pick. He adds a sense of humor to the role, and he's pretty much how I expected him to be. You know, his typical Alfred. He's funny, and he always helping Bruce out, and it's just I really like that character. You know, I'd definitely like to see him again in the Batman solo film. Amy Adams again does a really good job as Lois Lane. She's again just how I thought she would be. Just like, you know, your crazy reporter, always just trying to do the right thing. You know, I just really like seeing her and Clark just come close together. It feels right. So now I want to talk about the Dawn of Justice half. First off, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman it's just perfect casting right there. It's an amazing choice. You can really tell she put her all into that role, and it just works. And just like Affleck's Batman, you really be excited for the Wonder Woman film that's going to come out next year. I'm definitely looking forward to that movie after seeing her performance in this movie. Her costume looks really amazing as well. You know, super detailed, super intricate. Along with that, you know, the sword and shield that they added just work with the costume so well. It's a perfect fit. I also love the music that plays every time she shows up. It's just I don't really know how to describe the music, but it's not some like old-fashioned music. It's like modernized mixed with like old-fashioned music. It just works. You know, I think it really fits well with her theme. As for Lex Luthor, Jesse Eisenberg is an interesting choice. To be completely honest, I really don't like him as Lex. Granted, he does have some good dialogue, and there are certain things he says where I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see Lex Luthor saying that, but for the most part, it just doesn't work. I get they're trying to go for a younger version, but it just doesn't fit. You know, this just wasn't the right role for him. I feel like he's just trying too hard to be funny. As for Doomsday, I was actually pretty disappointed. You know, he definitely had potential, but it just wasn't shown. You know, I mean, I did like how he was fighting, you know, Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman, and he's just, you know, he's struggling, but he's trying. And just seeing him just like destroy stuff was just awesome to see. You know, that's just how Doomsday is. There are certain things that happen in Doomsday which I'm just like, that didn't happen in the comics. He can't even do that. I don't know. I mean, it's cool and all in the movie, but that's not from the comics. That's kind of just thrown in there. But apart from that, you know, it was flawless action. It's just pure fun. I just loved seeing Doomsday just wreak havoc. But apart from that, he was pretty much just there to fill that Dawn of Justice half of the movie. He was pretty much just like a tool, just a plot device, which isn't. It's pretty much 50-50 on that part, but I mean, it's not horrible. After the rest of the movie, we do get a look at some of the other Justice Leaguers. Most of them looked pretty cool, which got me excited for the standalone movies for those characters, except for one. One of them really like annoyed me. I don't really know why they couldn't just have left it out or worked on it a little bit more, but it just didn't work. I will say, however, that you will see Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg in this movie, but the part you see of Aquaman is that's really good. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm really excited for an Aquaman movie. This Jason Momoa just looks like he's putting his all into that role, and he definitely looks like he's a perfect fit for Aquaman. So I'm really looking forward to that movie as well. The movie also does a great job at special effects. You know, all the effects they make this movie, they all just look beautiful. And there's certain scenes in the beginning of the movie, like when Bruce's parents are killed, just like the effects they added, and just like the cinematography behind all those, it just looks so good. You know, like compared to all the other live action iterations of that Bruce's parents murder, I'd say this is one of the best ones I've seen. The only problem I have with the whole like Bruce Wayne thing is that I really didn't like his hairstyle when he was a kid. He looked like a goddamn coconut. Like, come on. But that's not a huge problem. The biggest problem I have though with this movie is the organization. It just feels like everything's just jumbled up together and kind of just thrown at you. You know, there's like no proper organization. It's just like there were scenes that I thought, like, did I miss something, or that could have been placed after this scene, or this scene wasn't even needed at all. And I don't like doing that. It takes away from the movie. So I wish they would have organized it a little bit more and maybe edited it a little bit more, taken out some scenes and maybe added some more scenes. That's something that you really have to get good at, especially if you can have this much content. That's really important to have really good organization if you're going to be putting all these elements of all these characters and all these different like twists and plot lines into it. You really have to have good organization. There are parts where the organization works really well, but for the most part it's off. Overall, Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice is a good movie with some organization problems and a few other flaws. I'd give Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice an 8 out of 10. So that's all I've got for you guys. My spoiler-filled review will be up later today. In that, I'll just pretty much be going through from the beginning to end, pretty much what happens in the movie, covering all the spoilers, pretty much, you know, who shows up in the movie, what happens to this character and what happens to that character. But that's all I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then smack that like button, because it's always appreciated. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns about this movie or reviews or pretty much anything, just leave it down below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Also, if you're new, hit that subscribe button to see more content like this. See you guys next time.